Internet. I figure since my next surgery is tomorrow, I'll finally make a video about my last surgery. So I had top surgery with Dr. Keely McPhee in Raleigh, North Carolina on July 12th of this year, so about 5 months ago. I was originally going to go to Dr. Garamoni in Florida, but then I found out there was a local surgeon which would make my life a lot easier. So I had my first appointment with her sometime in mid-June and was able to get scheduled for surgery within a month, which is pretty fucking fast. So that was really cool. She's really nice and really great about all the trans stuff. She's apparently worked with a lot of people in the community, like in the Raleigh Triangle area. So she's pretty well known in the area. She works out of a local hospital, so she was more expensive to go to than Garamoni, just based on surgery price. But she was a lot more convenient, being only an hour away from my parents' house. So I was able to save on travel and lodging and not having to travel a week after surgery. So total was about $8,200. So it was a little pricey, but the turnaround from initial visit to surgery date was excellent. So I had the double incision, so I have two lovely scars running across my chest, plus my nipples were removed, resized, and relocated. From what I've seen of other surgeons, the way she bandaged me up afterwards was a little different. First I had cotton swabs on my nipples, that were vacuum sealed basically with plastic wrap to my chest. Then I was wrapped in gauze, and then I had a post-op surgical binder, and then on top of that I was bound tightly in ACE bandage. So lots and lots of compression. Also the drains coming out on either side. I'll post links to pictures in the box below because most of them are really super gross. So the first week there was a lot of laying around basically. My surgeon said I could shower after 48 hours, but when I took off all the dressings I got super dizzy and didn't try again until a few days later. And even then I was only in for about a minute because I couldn't really lift my hands above my head. This was as far as I was allowed to do it for about a week or so anyways. So about 6 days in, I think I overstretched or strained my left side because I had a huge clot come out that day, followed by a lot of drainage and a lot of swelling on that side. So then after about a week from my surgery date, I went back for a checkup and was able to get the drains removed and the bandages off my nipples. My surgeon said that I had developed a hematoma on my left side, so basically a massive buildup of blood, and that it'd eventually go away with time and lots of compression. A week after that, I went back for another checkup, which, by the way, is a super awesome reason to go local if that is an option for you. Just being able to go for a checkup with her every week for about a month was really cool. Plus she said that all my post-op checkups would be free / they were covered by my surgery fee, and that I'd be able to come to her at any time for any complications after that, up to I think for 6 months afterwards I'd be able to go to her for any kind of checkup. So I went for another checkup 2 weeks after surgery. My left side was still pretty swollen, so she actually reopened my drain hole first to let more fluid out, and then reopened part of my incision to inject hydrogen peroxide to dissolve some of the blood, which hurt really, really bad. I was still kind of numb at this point, but still, it was a lot of pressure, and it completely wiped me out for the next day or so. About a month after surgery, I went back for another checkup, and was finally told I could stop wearing my post-op binder, which I had to wear 24/7 up until that point. And there's my cat, I just realized she's been back there. Binder. So I also wrapped myself in gauze underneath to protect my incisions and nipples. So she also gave me the go ahead to start like lightly exercising, and I could go like full force in a few weeks. Haha, exercising. I'll admit it felt weird for a while to wear shirts without another layer between them and my skin. And even now, like, there are moments where it just feels weird. Like I'm still getting used to it, which is strange. And now that it's getting cold, it's so much colder now that there's not like a second layer that I'm always wearing. I didn't have any more complications or anything after the hematoma. I had another checkup with her around my 2-month post-op mark just to see how things were going, and she said it was looking really good. There are some places along my incisions where my scars are kind of puffy. I think I'm forming some keloids. I have some other, oh gosh, you're not going to be able to see that at all. I have some other keloids on my elbows from bike accidents. I've had a lot of bike accidents. Anyways. So, yeah, I think I'm forming some keloids along my scars. And I have another appointment with her in January around my 6-month mark to see her and get checkup. So here it is, 5 months post-op. Puffy places mainly on my right side, like there. It's weird. On my left side, it's like there's a knot up in my armpit, which is annoying. Actually, in person, you can kind of see that it's finally actually starting to fade a little bit right there on my left side. This is where she had reopened my incision to drain some of the blood out. That's the drain hole. That's the drain hole. Yeah. So those are actually kind of puffy too. So, yay. So because of the hematoma, let's see, this is my left side. Yeah. So because of the hematoma, my left side is a little lopsided. It's not, the scars aren't like, incisions or whatever aren't like perfectly even, but whatever. There are my nipples. Yeah, they have feeling, which is cool. They're not like, I don't know, they don't get like hard or anything, which is weird to say, but like I can feel them. They're not like completely numb or whatever. I haven't been like running around completely shirtless since surgery, mainly because my surgeon said to keep my scars out of the sun for about a year to help with fading. But I did, for about a month, I went swimming like a couple of times a week. And I went shirtless at Pride, which is really cool. And it was rainy and overcast, so it didn't matter. And I occasionally just lift up my shirt around my friends and just like go shirtless for a second. It's cool. No big deal. So that was my top surgery experience. If anyone out there in internet land has any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on any of the various sites that I'll be posting this. I'll make another video after my hysterectomy at some point. Hopefully not 5 months after my hysterectomy, but we'll see. I'm really bad at being up to date on here. So yeah. So I guess also at this point in time I'm 15 months on testosterone. So that's cool. I'm -1 days post hysterectomy. So yeah, the end.